Okay, we're talking. First of all, I want to address anybody from the Dothan area watching this. You think I'm unredeemable? God will not forgive me for those videos I did years ago. Luckily, you're not God. People that are not from Dothan, thank you. You'll give me a fair shake. You know, they were just videos, guys. They kind of kept me alive. I was isolated. I do not have to answer to anyone. Let me remind you, false assumptions and accusations are an abomination to God. Lying's an abomination to God. Pride is an abomination to God. Sowing seeds of discourse between the brethren is an abomination to God. If you are telling the truth, that is not an abomination. You might like your mega church. That does not mean I'm lying. But I'm not going to sit here and defend every little thing I say, especially when the merit is not. So, comment section, we could do a Zoom and have a debate. Just no cussing, because when we get to cussing, you've lost the debate. Sin. Smoking the cigarette. Does that separate me from God? I don't believe it does. I don't believe it's good for me, and I think there's a price for it. You know, that's something that Hollywood, TV, and even the churches put out. You know, drinking. You know, some drink, some don't. Jesus drank wine. Jesus ran out. He drank so much wine, he ran out of it. He had to make more. And the guy was so impressed because, you know, usually they save the best one for first, but you save the best one for last, Jesus. He danced. You know, when Paul, with the Gentiles, you know, he said, I haven't had pork chops. It's probably the first time he had pork. Didn't know what he was missing. But, you know, he knew that it was with grace. And I kind of jumped around. But we think about drugs, stealing, which is obviously one. But the outside appearances, the one that we hide very well is pride, lust, envy, vanity, you know, the 7 deadly sins was by the Catholic Church, but, you know, the big ones. And, well, we can hide those very well. You know, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm very blessed. God's great, isn't he? You know, it's exciting to be here today. Good to see you. You know, very easy. But inside, we deal with these things, and we all deal with these things. You know, and I think we need to talk about it. You know, I would love to have a preacher that actually confessed that he struggled with some of these things. Imagine having a congregation so big and everybody coming and telling you how great you are. That scares me to death. Think about your pride. You know, but this is sin, nature of it, part 1.